Emotional dependence hinders humanity's entry into advanced civilization. Xuefeng. April 14, 2024. I recently watched videos on WeChat from both Captain Awakening and Kai Ming, each discussing the topic of relationships between parents and children, and I deeply resonated with it. So, inspired by it, I would like to share my understanding as well. I describe the relationships between parents and children, spouses, siblings, and even between masters and disciples, as forms of emotional dependency. Emotional dependence has a comforting and numbing effect on people, but at the same time, it hinders personal growth and the realization of potential. The more one depends on emotions, the more one loses independent consciousness, the more one degenerates and becomes parasitic, which is bad for everyone, harmful to parents, children, husbands, wives, and everyone. The pinnacle of civilization that humanity can attain is exemplified by the model of the 1,000-year world in heaven. From the perspective of this pattern, the main factor that hinders and prevents humanity from entering an advanced state of civilization is the emotional dependence between people. To be more thorough, the core factor that hinders and prevents humanity from entering an advanced civilized society is the institution of marriage and family. Within the framework of the family, an individual's autonomy, independent consciousness, and freedom are restricted and determined by the emotional relationships among family members. Everyone, whether parents or children, husbands or wives, is actually in a relationship of emotional hostage-taking. Parents take their children hostage, children take their parents hostage, husbands take their wives hostage, and wives take their husbands hostage. This reciprocal emotional hostage situation erodes individual autonomy, independent thought, and personal freedom. The more incompetent the parents are, the more severe the hostage-taking of the children. The more incompetent the children are, the more severe the hostage-taking of the parents. The more incompetent the husband is, the more severe the hostage-taking of the wife. The more incompetent the wife is, the more severe the hostage-taking of the husband. The more capable the parents are, the less aware the children are of their incompetence. The more capable the children are, the less aware the parents are of their incompetence. The more capable the husband is, the less aware the wife is of her incompetence. The more capable the wife is, the less aware the husband is of his incompetence. Parasites never know that they survive by sucking the blood of their hosts. When the host is weak, parasites not only fail to be grateful to the host but also complain and condemn the host for lacking blood. Doesn't the neat generation mirror parasites feeding off their parents? Aren't parents who live off their children's support like parasites living off their children? The same applies to the relationship between spouses. Humanity has existed for nearly 5,000 years. Who has lived a life of happiness, joy, freedom, and bliss? No one, right? Why not? It's because emotional dependence is blocking the way. Let every person be independent. This way, the pain of parents will not be passed on to children, the pain of children will not be passed on to parents, the pain of husbands will be borne by themselves, and the pain of wives will be borne by themselves. There will no longer be emotional dependence between people. In short, without the program of marriage and family, everyone is born independent and free, not dependent on each other, and the result will be that everyone lives happily, joyfully, freely, and blissfully. Don't think this is a fantasy or a pipe dream. The 1,000-year world is just such a state, so everyone in the 1,000-year world has become celestial being, and the 1,000-year world has become heaven. On Earth, in the second home living model created by lifechanyuan, people's suffering has been greatly reduced. This is because the second home lacks the traditional constructs of marriage and family. Everyone is independent, everyone is free, and of course, life is especially beautiful and comfortable. People living in the world, who is really hindering the realization of your ideals? Who is preventing you from becoming independent and free? Christ Jesus told us, a man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Realizing this truth and freeing oneself from emotional dependence early on will lead everyone to heaven.